Hey guys, it's just with the Homestead Gamer, and today we're planting our garden. We're kind of planning it out, and we're kind of and there's we have grapes, blackberries, and blueberries over there.
And raspberries.
I don't remember seeing those.
Yep, they're not labeled. They're in the little boxes because our friend gave them to us. Thank you. They have them growing on their property wild, and they cut a piece and grow them out. Hey, tell us about these arches.
So if we plant stuff right here, it'll grow all the way up here, and when one's right and you're just standing right here and you're hungry, then you can go and pick something straight off the vine.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Uh-huh.
And this is just cattle panel that we literally put there and bent it. It's real easy. You just push it and drop it in. We haven't secured it yet. We'll be doing that today as well. But these will make a cool trellis tunnel.
For this one to get supported, because that one's landing, because the one pin right there is against it, but this one's not. I can stick my foot through there easily.
Yep, we'll fix it.
And it's really bothering me.
Yeah, we'll fix that here in just a minute.
So we're gonna fix that.
Yep, so right now we're thinking our grapes for right here so they can grow up the trellis. These are raspberries. I just sat them there. Those are the raspberries, Jace, right there. And then these are blueberries, and these are blackberries. And I think that's a blueberry. I think I might just let it shine and see what happens. We're here planting out our garden today. We did go ahead and put up these cattle wire already. We got to secure them down to the ground, plan out where everything goes so that things that are going to climb over the trellis are going to climb. But got to be honest, we don't really have a clue what we're doing. So we're looking stuff up online, asking friends and stuff, so don't be too harsh to us because we just are literally trying. We had to set all this up from scratch, and we're excited to get a harvest this year because so far we spent a lot of time and money and effort trying to figure out what to do, and so far we're real happy with it. But we're gonna plan it out. We do have some friends coming over to help us out as far as our planning and spacing. We are planting some different vegetables here and different vegetables here that will grow over this trellis. I know some cucumbers, some green beans, some squash. Also there's gonna be peppers and some lettuce, I think, and some carrots. Just trying to figure out which varieties grow well in the summer around here because it does get very hot. And then over here is our berries, and we will be planting strawberries in the other half of that one. So we'll have strawberries. I guess grapes isn't a berry, but raspberries, grapes, blueberries, blackberries, all that grow around here. So we'll get that planned out. So these are our raised beds, and what I've done is I just went and got some soil from at the landscape supply store with our dump trailer. Loaded it in here best I could with tractors. It is topsoil and there's sand mixed in it. It's basically a raised bed mix. At the bottom of this, I put some big logs because obviously we live on a tree farm. We live in the woods. We've got plenty of logs. So I did put some really big logs at the bottom of this, which will kind of help put nutrients back into the soil, I've been told. These have been sitting for a couple months now, so the top's a little bit hard, but I mean it comes apart pretty easily. So even the clods come apart. So obviously I'm going to kind of work this before I plant, but there's not really a lot of clay in it. This is just organic material. There is some clay, of course, but that's what I did to raise these. By the way, I got these raised beds on Amazon, and they come in like 1,000 screws. So I literally sat for like a week in the living room putting them together. They're really light because they don't have a bottom, and it's pretty thin. I've been pretty happy with them so far. They're galvanized. They shouldn't really mess too much with the rain. They're bulging a little bit on the sides. And these aren't like super tight, so maybe that's just part of it. But I can put a link down there. I bought them when they were less expensive. I checked on them more recently for a friend, and they were quite expensive now. The price has gone up. Maybe because it's planting season, or maybe just because of inflation or whatever, but worked out for me. We chose to put our garden right here next to the house, and of course our chickens are very close so that we can throw any garden scraps over to them. Right now our sheep are here mainly because the lunch ladies are up by the house, and we will rotationally graze them on down the road or to other pieces of the property to clear out some more brush. They're doing a great job of brush clearing. You can check out our other videos for that. And I need to put a fence around this because our chickens have been laying up in our beds, which is fine when there's just nothing in them but dirt. But now that we're putting stuff in, we're going to be putting fencing around. We decided to go with the welded wire fencing, and we'll be putting 4x4 posts in. It ends up being like 26 feet squared, and we'll put a gate right here. So we'll come down the aisle here under the trellises, and that's kind of how it'll function for us. I may end up putting a gate at the other end. I really don't know yet. But we are going to brace the welded wire fencing and try to make it kind of fit in with our house since it is right here. It goes with our whole farmhouse theme we got going on. But there's our tractor. So the 4x4s will kind of match our front porch. And then of course we have the galvanized roofing, so that should look pretty decent when we pull up. I am concerned about the aesthetic since it's right here, while still keeping the cost down and recycling as much stuff as possible. So if you have any pointers, just let us know, because we're kind of making this up as we go along, and I'm sure we'll fail. I know a lot of people are like, well, you got all that land, why don't you just plant in the ground? I'm not that adventurous quite yet. I'm sure we will soon, but as of right now, we're going to stick to the raised beds. Level 2 will be winter gardening, and kind of figuring that out. And maybe next year we'll plant in the ground. We do have plans for a small orchard on the other side of the house, trying to keep all the food close by so I can manage it. And it's on my mind because I pass by it 1,000 times a day. So all tips I've gathered from the internet and different YouTube channels. So, and asking friends. So we'll see how it goes. We'll keep you guys up to date. Here's the fence area generally laid out. Got 4x4s and 2x4s. I did measure it, laid it out in the grid. Obviously we have our welded wire here, but just kind of laying it out. Jason and I went and got wood from the wood shed, we call it. It's just the wood left over from building the house. Hopefully it'll come together. We're supposed to be getting an auger later, so we'll drill the holes for the corners, and we'll have a fence hopefully later today, if not later this week. But you guys can kind of see it starting to take shape, what it'll look like in general. So fun, lots of hard work. So we got everything planned out. I don't know if you can see the popsicle sticks, and I went ahead and planted okra and some peppers from seeds that we had, and I'll get the rest of the seeds of just kind of seeing if these will even germinate. So again, with the experiment, we'll figure it out if it's worthwhile. But I'm just now watering all of the plants that I just planted. So this is okra in here. Alright guys, I had to get the camera for this one. The auger's not going down, so we had to make it go down. Also, Jason's sitting on the seat as the weight.